Oh Lord, I have no idea what picture I picked to put in the beginning of this, but I said I would come back on later and bring you guys a special for this full moon. Um, it's a little later than I was planning to, but look at that. It's 3:14. So shout out to the 143 Soul Tribe. I love you guys. Um, so much has been happening. So much has been happening. You guys have been so inspiring to me lately. I'm not a regular type reader that a lot of people find on YouTube. I am not all about building up. I'm not trying to get a million readings in a day and just send one quick message to a person or to a bunch of people. The people who come to me for readings, they come for a long time. I did a reading for a friend today that I've been reading for 2 years, and she is so amazing. She first came to me when her husband was in stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and we worked together through that. And then we have been working past that. He died a few months after that. And she's so inspiring and she's so amazing. And I don't even think she realizes how inspiring and amazing she is for what she has done and accomplished. And those are the people I read for. Like she's right now she's working on working out and stuff like that, and that is just so amazing to me that she had to work through a lot. She had to work through that, her marriage wasn't what she thought it was. She had to work through the guilt of the process of living with someone who is getting ready to pass, and the grief of, once they finally pass, there's a lot of guilt and being relieved that the person passed. I mean, those are the issues that a lot of us are working through, that a lot of people don't even realize half the battle that's going on with other people. So, yeah. I forgot to say right at the beginning, Celeste's Silver Cord, like, share, subscribe, spank your bell. All that good stuff, extra readings and stuff like that are below. But yeah, I'm just so inspired today with the readings that I've done for some people. And I think, so, what should I do? What should I do? Should I do an all signs for everybody? I have people popping in and out, which is really intriguing to me. That's funny. Yes, it's late in the afternoon. I am having some fun. I'm done with all my official readings for the day. And I am getting ready for this full moon. I hope you guys are doing something for it too. It is, according to the moon calendars, actually Lunasa, not the first or the second. That used to be celebrated on the full moon. So let's get just a first harvest reading for you guys. Some cards. Does you guys inspire? I don't know how other readers do it. I don't know how people can handle the constant influx of just this. I don't know. I've never been a one and done kind of person. That's why I really suggest everybody go to the Coven, the Silver Cord, and join us over there, where you can actually, be a part of the process and have people that support you during your process. It's important to me that people have support during their process, because one reading isn't going to change your life. I mean, it might, but if that person is completely unavailable to reach again, and when you do reach them, they don't remember you at all, I don't know. That's why I like readers that genuinely work with their clients, not just a one and done entertainment spectacular. My long-term dreams are to set up a festival circuit where I can run through the small towns and go back every year That way I can see the people I saw the year before and, see how they're doing. See if they took the advice. See if they made the changes. I love seeing people make changes and elevate their lives. That is what I came to do. Hello, hello. I know this is so unscheduled. I should have actually sent out a thing or something, to my Coven the Silver Cord. But, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. These are timeless messages. I mean, I am doing this for the full moon and everything, but it is a timeless message. Let's see. Yep, it did. Oh, notifications went out. Whoever is available is available. I know it's a random at 3 o'clock. Hello, love. That's Ralph. I was just talking about how I'm not a one and done reader, about how much I love actually working with people through the years. And I just got to say, Ralph, I appreciate all the support you've given me through the years. I think you helped me more than most people even realize, and you've helped more people than they realize, and you've stuck around even when I've gotten fiery at you. So I always appreciate it. Not many people can handle that. Let's see, what can we go with? You know what? Let me just go ahead and just do a bunch of tarot decks for the energies surrounding this full moon. I know I've done the astrology and all that, but why don't we go ahead and see what all my tarot decks have to say about this full moon? I'm enjoying it. I have the house to myself for just a moment today. The kids are at that wedding, so when we share with others, we learn about ourselves, for sure. Because we are a one, right? We are all fractal beings experiencing this whole thing from our own perspectives. And it's so important that we embrace that lesson. Okay. So you can get some tarot cards. See, I'm pulling up Anger in Chains. And this is a message that I was getting for a lot of the readings that I did today. A lot of us chain ourselves up in being angry that things did not work out the way we wanted them to. And we beat ourselves up and we blame others and we dwell on it. And, that anger frequency is something I worked very, very hard to get out of. And a lot of people do struggle with it. And it's important that we let go of the anger. Nobody actually hurt you. What hurt you was your expectations you put on other people. You expected them to be like you. And they're not you because they have a completely different perspective. And hiding your true self. That's the other big message. A lot of people are hiding who they truly are. They're scared to speak their truths. They're scared to speak about their true spirituality. They're scared to speak about their true spirituality, and they're scared to be themselves. They're so worried about it. We were talking about that the other day. We were talking about how there used to be all these characters in the world before TV and everything else like that. Like, people weren't afraid to be silly and be fun and do silly things. And now in the age of cell phones where everybody can be recording you at any moment, people are so self-conscious that nobody is their true selves anymore. They are constantly aware of the front they're putting on in the world. And that's a huge burden. I got nurturing. Gaia. And I love her so much. And she is trying to nurture everybody. It may not feel like that's what she's doing, but she surely is. She wants everybody to be their best selves. And she just wants you to live in harmony on the earth and not have to fight or any of these things. And it's about not only nurturing others, but accepting others to nurture you. Accepting love from others and allowing them to love and nurture you without it being considered a lot of people push it away. A lot of people, when someone tries to nurture you or tries to help you, they will get all bent out of shape and they will think of it as an insult or judgment and stuff like that. And you will end up pushing away the very thing that you need, the nurturing that you need and the nurturing that you need to do. Nurturing these bonds and stuff. There's veiled, the fog. This is all about being lost in the fog. And if you are lost in the fog, the most dangerous thing you can do is to continue to wander around when you cannot see where you are going. Sometimes all you can do is sit still until the fog rises. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, a lot of us have been forced to sit still. Now, because you're sitting still does not mean there's nothing you can do. There's always something you can do. There's always knowledge you can be obtaining, and there's always... Yeah, you can always be working on yourself, even if you're sitting still. You're stuck in the fog. You don't know where to go. Wandering around is just going to get you more lost. Stop trying to push forward when you have no idea where you're going. It's time to sit still, listen, and work on yourself and figure out what you are going to do once the fog has lifted and you can actually see what directions you can take. Not so much looking around at what you can do and setting a solid plan and getting your hopes up on something that you do not know will even be there when the fog lifts. It's just about floating those ideas out. You doing anything for the full moon, Ralph? I don't know. You guys might be getting some rain up there off this storm too. For today's special, I'm going to focus on all tarot cards for you guys. I'm going with my Tarot of the Old Path, my classic Universal Rider-Waite, and then I will do my Sun and Moon. Just getting the clouds. I bet you're going to have a beautiful sunset up there. We've got the outer bands going on, so we keep getting some rain in, and then it passes out. But while it's sunny, it was another reason I wanted to go ahead and do this special for you guys, just because I promised this morning I'd come back on. Well, for the first row of tarot, I do have the Three of Cauldrons coming in. Celebrations and things on the way. Magician, you are making these kind of things happen. You are creating your own reality. You are moving forward in these areas. The big old Ace of Cups, tons of love coming in. Now, I do have the Five of Pentacles, which is talking about worrying about money. Now, these people who you love to celebrate with, those who are genuinely meant for you, will not care about how much money you have. That is not going to be an issue for them. That is, like I said, that is the anger in chains and the hiding your true self. You're hiding yourself because you would wish to have more money to present yourself better, and you are angry because you do not have everything you want to do so that you can do the things that you wish you could do. I mean, that is really, and now I saw this on one of Leo from Orion Rising things. He had a woman on there who was talking about everybody is born with a sin and a virtue. And sometimes the sin you are atoning for is greed. You used to have a lot of money and you were very, very greedy. So in this life, you wish to be super generous, but you have no money. And that is just another life lesson, you know? How can you be generous with no money? Two of Wands, think about how to balance that. Think about how to balance that one out. That is a big one. I think a lot of us, especially light workers, come into this world with what? We wish to be so generous, and we wish to be able to help everybody, and we wish to be able to send all these things to people and be able to do all these wonderful things. But the universe is like, no. And that's just how it works. You know, other lifetimes, the person could be, you know, they'll have two different aspects that they're dealing with. You'll have plenty of money. You'll be blessed with plenty of money, but you will be greedy and you won't share it with anybody. And now this life, you wish to be generous and you do not have it. That is a common theme that does happen to people. Or lustful. You could have been very gorgeous in a past life and you use that against people. And now in this life, you are... you're not as classically beautiful based on whatever society's beauty standards are at this time. I mean, if you look at what beautiful was way back in the past, it's a completely different thing than what it is now. But you have to overlook or work through not being able to use those things to further yourself in this life. This life, you have come here to learn different lessons. And a lot of people forget that. Past life, learning your past life is very important, but understand that you came here to learn different things every time, so there will always be something key that is very, very different than your life before. I got the King of Pentacles. This is really being in charge of your earthly self and your earthly realm. You know, you do have the power to take control of that. This is your wand, your vessel that was given to you to create your reality around you. So you own your reality around you. You create. It's your perspective of what you get to do, what you get to live. Be mindful of your money right now, and definitely not so much be mindful of it, but just be aware if anybody is trying to coerce you to do things that you don't want to do. You be in control of you. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. I know it feels like it is standing still right now with all these planets in retrograde, but I keep saying August 15th, they start coming out of retrograde. I am going to try and make a series of videos for planets coming out of retrograde, since I did a whole bunch of what it was going to be like when they go into. Things are going to start moving so fast, so fast. Once we get through the next couple of months, it's going to take till September till they all come out of retrograde. Telling you, man, everybody says it doesn't have anything to do with the, you know, the price of tea in China or whatever it is. But, you know, there's no doubt that everybody's been held still right now. And it's just how things are working out. I'm telling you, all this virus stuff and all that other stuff and everything else that's been holding you back, as the planets start coming out of retrograde and the wheel starts turning really, really fast, are you ready? Are you ready for what's about to come? Are you ready for when the world starts moving forward again? Do you have your paperwork in order? Do you have your finances in order? Have you been taking care of your health? Have you been taking care of your health? Really? Right? Are you ready for when things start moving again? Because Two of Cups, Connections are going to start coming in. Knight of Cups. Messages are starting to come in. Ooh, and when that happens, there's going to be conflicts between those of your past and those in your future. Those who do not understand what is happening with you, and it will be up to you to defend your stance on these things. Now, then we got the Five of Cups here. All right, so we got the conflicts with some people that are not accepting the new that's coming in and the old that's phasing out. And then you have the Five of Cups, which is dangerous energy to be in. That is focusing on what you have lost and not focusing on what you have gained. And it is very, very important to keep focusing on what you have gained. You have gained enlightenment. You have gained experience. You have gained things beyond measure. And we have a problem of backburnering that. Like, that is not, what did I say earlier? You can be a victim or you can be a survivor. A survivor decides to choose strength. They have survived whatever has happened to them. A victim will always be playing the woe is me, this happened to me, this happened to me, feel bad for me, feel bad for me, feel bad for me. And that is how they maintain in the perpetual victim mindset. That is how you keep generating people that will hurt you. If you're constantly focusing on who hurt you in the past, you will just draw in those people that will hurt you the same way again. You know, whereas if you're like, I'm a survivor, I survived this, you know what you draw in? You draw in other survivors, other people who are just as strong as you and empower you and make you strong as well. And that is, we should all be working for. We should all be out there empowering each other and finding ways to help those. You can do so much for those in the victim mentality. You help them as much as you can. And if you can't, you have to learn how to move away from that spilled cup and not dwell on the fact that they're not everybody's coming with us, guys. Not everybody's coming with us. It's like that scene in the Never-Ending Story where he's dragging his horse through the swamp of despair and the horse starts sinking. He has to keep continuing. He can't even let the despair of the fact that he just lost his only traveling companion and his horse, his best friend, keep him from moving forward. Sometimes that's just how it works, and it's sad and it hurts, but if you dwell on that, then you will just keep attracting those who cannot keep up with you, and they cannot keep up with the changes, and it will just bring that hurt over and over again. Send them love. Always send them love. Always hope that they can change, but do not hinge your happiness on whether or not somebody evolves or not. That is really their decision. Unconditionally. I know it's been a rough one, Ralph, and you are more, you know way more about me than most people on here do, but honestly, the transformations have been astounding over the last few months. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shakeup. Yeah, a lot of stuff was a huge shock, but just, and a lot of people I was disappointed in. A lot of people that I thought did not make it through the pit of despair finally sunk themselves so deep in the mud that they realized that they were choking to death. And it took that tower moment for them to finally shift into gear. And they are. And it's amazing. And I'm so proud of them for the efforts that they're making. I'm going to have to message you later, honey, and just let you in on everything that's been going on. It has been intense. And I appreciate all the energy you have sent, because it may have caused some towers in some people's lives, but it has also really created amazing transformations for people. We got the High Priestess. This is what I mean. This is about seizing your own power, your own strength. Okay, the horse sunk into the mud, but you still need to seize within your own power to keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? You're still seeking that grand message from the turtle to save everybody. It's not about one person or losing one person. You can't be five a cupping, dwelling on who didn't come with you and who didn't make it. And I even, like I said, I brought up earlier, like grown kids and stuff like that. You cannot carry the burden of these things forever. Past lovers, you cannot carry those burdens. You have to be able to let them go. Three of Pentacles. Your skills do not need to be perfect. You can cast a spell and not draw a perfect pentacle. It can be drippy and look a mess. And your sigils can be a little messed up. That's not the point. The point is never to be perfect. You are imperfectly perfect. You are made exactly how you were meant to be. Every aspect, every flaw is exactly how it's supposed to be. Now, granted, if you are unhealthy, work towards your health for sure. But do not punish yourself for things that you are not in control of. You are imperfectly perfect anyway, and your magic and your casting should be the same. If you do not draw your pentacle perfectly, that doesn't matter. Still use it. Still use that petition. Still cast. If you stumble through it the first few times, that is fine. You do not need to be perfect for the universe to understand what it is you're saying. So many people want to be so perfect because we get into these Coven groups, and then the high priestess puts you in charge of saying a chant, and you get so nervous that you stumble it up and you mess it up. You mess up your words. You never messed up. The universe doesn't speak with its tongue like we do. I mean, putting all your basis on the fact that you stumbled through a word is like saying a deaf person cannot practice magic because they cannot speak. Or a mute cannot practice magic because they cannot speak. That is not what is important. What is important is what you are casting out to the universe, right? I know you agree with me on that one. What's going on here? Got quiet. All right. Four of Cups. We are building foundations. You know what I'm saying? This is a time of, this is contemplation. This is balancing this energy out. This one right here. Look. This is all right on top of each other too. So we got the one deck talking about balancing finances and what you're able to do and not beating yourself up about that. We got the other deck about those who fought you on your path and your spilled cups of being sad of those who did not come with you, right? So we have all that. And then you have the Four of Cups. This is about sitting with yourself and balancing out those energies and accepting that everybody is on their own path, because victory is coming. It may not feel like it is, but it is coming very soon. Don't keep with your passion. Keep with your intuition. Keep with the knowledge you have gained. You have earned that knowledge. You have experienced things other people have not experienced, and can't let people who haven't experienced it yet dull your shine at all. At all. What does this say? Yeah, Six of Wands, victory. It's the ultimate victory card. And this is really victory over your own mind. Allowing others to judge you is giving them power over you and allowing you to think that you have failed, but you have not failed. You have not failed. You have inspired more than you know. You have accomplished more than you realize. And you've helped more people than you realize. in just your little planting the seeds in different people. That is a ripple effect. That is one drop in the water out of a tree that shook and dropped a ton of drops into the pond. It has vibrated out and has caused a lot. And it is a victory, even if it doesn't feel like it from your small center. I say that all the time. I have got what I call the Cassandra's curse. If you don't know who Cassandra is, Cassandra was a priestess in the temple of Apollo, and Apollo fell in love with her, and he granted her the gift of prophecy. And he granted her the gift of prophecy, and then when she didn't reciprocate his love, he cursed her with the fact that no one around her would believe her. And she predicted the fall of Troy, and she predicted all of that, and no one would listen to her because he had cursed her with, you will have the gift of prophecy, but no one will believe you. And I say that all the time in my life. I'm like, I tell people all the time, I see exactly what's coming, and they do not, the people closest to me do not take my advice at all, ever. It's completely out the window with them. And it's hard because those are the people you care about the most. But strangers do. And I have to keep looking at the fact that every seed I have put out there is like the starfish story, where the woman is dancing along the beach and the old man walks up to her and he goes, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm throwing these starfish back into the sea. And it was after a storm, and he goes, there's thousands of miles of beach and hundreds of millions of starfish. How can you possibly think you're making a difference? And she gracefully spins around and she picks up another starfish and she goes, to this starfish, I have made all the difference. And she chucks it back into the sea and continues on her way. We cannot beat ourselves up for not being able to help those who did not want to be helped. We do need to embrace the fact that every seed we planted, even if it was only strangers we were being able to help, we helped somebody. I say, I'm always posting, like, I like to post my reviews and stuff like that. I mean, I am a businesswoman in the end too. I do need to make ends meet over here, but it blows my mind when someone sends me a message of such gratitude that they took my messages to heart and they actually made changes in their lives. It does. It literally, that's my Pisces heart. I'm a triple fire sign, but my Venus is in Pisces, and that is what gets to me more than anything else. I cannot handle compliments, and just that level of gratitude that I changed somebody's life, even if it was a stranger, even if I don't benefit from their changing. It means so much to me that one starfish, one person, even if it was a stranger and no one in my real life believed in me, one stranger, I changed their life and they're moving towards the better. That means everything to me. That is how you get into the ultimate emperor. And this is fire Aries energy right here all over the place. The emperor energy. Recognizing where your power lies and where it lies the most in, and being able to continue to use it even if it does not benefit you directly is so important. You keep spreading those seeds. You keep recognizing the fact that the 3D is not where we're working. And those who are on the levels we are hearing the messages, and they are making the changes, and they are helping us to create this new world that we are moving towards. And we are clearing those karmic debts of the past, and we are making changes and clearing toxic cycles. That's what we're doing. Seize that power. Be grateful that, okay, those indirectly around you do not understand what you are doing. There are those that do. And those are the ones that are in your kingdom with you that are helping you create the same energetic pathways. 8 of Pentacles. This is still about always further your education. Always be looking to further your education. I don't care if it's, if you do not have money, That is not a big deal. That is something actually I wanted to get into too. Look, back in what, 2006, between 2006 and 2008, that movie The Secret came out, right? And it was all about the law of attraction, and then they did the 7 keys, and they did a whole bunch of other, and it's really cheesy. They're really, really cheesy, but their messages are on point. And that is what got me into the law of attraction and the universal laws. And I'm telling you, that is the education that has brought my magic to a whole new level. It is all about continuing to build your skills, continuing to adapt, continuing to learn new things. The moment you think you have learned everything is the moment you have made a mistake and boxed yourself in. I've said that before too. Sometimes I feel like I am breaking people out of boxes only to turn around and watch them climb back into another box. I embrace the whole starseed culture, the indigo child culture, and all that other things. But at the same time, I recognize that a lot of people break out of one programming box and they jump right into another programming box. And it does. It breaks your heart. But you can't, like I said, you can't be mad at them for doing that. They'll realize they're in a box. Eventually, that's not your job. You broke them out of one box. Don't get mad if they climb into another. That wasn't your job. You broke them out of the first box. Breaking them out of the first box will make them realize that when they are in a box again, that they are within their power to break out again. I don't hold that I know everything. I am always open to new knowledge. Always. I'm always open to new experiences, and that's how we all should be. The path of magic and knowledge should never be considered done. It should never be considered done. You should always be working towards moving forward. All right. We'll get some magic cards, and then I'll go. Nobody else got notified but you, Ralph. This was just for you today. Self-confidence. Strong self-belief and self-worth. Your self-worth is not determined on someone else's perception of you. It is your perception of yourself that is most important when it comes to your self-worth. How you feel about yourself means everything. And if you are pinging that on those who are directly around you, those who actually brought you a lot of the, those that are stuck in the old program and they don't understand what it is you're doing, if you're hinging all your self-confidence on being able to sway them, don't do that. Your self-confidence is completely 100% based on who you and how you feel when you look in the mirror. Who do you see and how do you feel when you look in the mirror? Your perception builds your own self-confidence. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership with good friends. Happy love. True love has nothing to do with romance. It has absolutely nothing to do with romance. True, unconditional, happy love is just being able to be happy in the presence of another and not wanting to own them, dominate them, or do anything else like that. True, happy love is based on that. It's about good friends and stable partnerships. All right? If someone demands you and it's just a lustful thing, let that go. Protection. Strong protective magic for your family and your home. The Helm of Law again. Always cast protection spells. Always be worried about protecting yourself and those most important to you. And even those who did not follow with you, go ahead and just cast them some protection. Understand that they are following their own path. They will learn their own lessons. And cast as much protection as you can. And understand that the universe is going to teach them just as they taught you. And then we have the Tree of Life. True wisdom and making good choices in life. Every moment in your life you have the choice You have the choice to make the right decision. Every crossroad, every conflict, every time someone gets an emotional response out of you, every time, it is your choice on how you want to respond. How you respond is everything, all right? And that is how you show up 100% for yourself in your authenticity. Authenticity, there we go. Is you choose to make the right choice. You choose to recognize when someone isn't going to change and it's time to make a change for you. And you don't let somebody beat you up about making a better choice for you, for your happiness. If it's not your job to make somebody else happy, and it's definitely not your job to allow somebody else to make you miserable. That is your choice. It is your choice to choose a higher road and be like, okay, I love you. I send you protection on your path, but I need to go on another path. When someone picks an argument with you, it is your choice to engage in that argument with them, to allow them to drag you into that negative frequency. It is your choice. Every day, every option, every choice is your choice. You are choosing to allow it to continue, or you are choosing to change it. It is always your choice. All right. That is the time I got for you this afternoon. I love you guys. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. I love y'all, and I will talk to you in the morning.